Well, hello all. I wanted to first start by welcoming everyone as folks join us today. So today we're going to go over the semester-long programs for the College of Engineering. Thank you for watching. Education abroad can have such a profound impact on a student's life. And so the fact that you're taking the time to watch this session today means so much and could be a step towards a positive and life-changing experience. So my colleague Derek is here to moderate the chat today. So please feel free to chat questions and even tell us a little bit about yourself in the question box, where you're interested in traveling to, if you've traveled somewhere cool. It makes the session more fun and engaging. All right, so welcome and let's get started. I'll start with the CSU land acknowledgement. Colorado State University acknowledges with respect that the land we are on today is the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute nations and peoples. This was also a site of trade, gathering, and healing for numerous other Native tribes. We recognize the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and all relatives within it. As these words of acknowledgement are spoken and heard, the ties nations have to their traditional homelands are renewed and reaffirmed. CSU is founded as a land-grant institution, and we accept that our mission must encompass access to education and inclusion. And significantly, that our founding came at a dire cost to Native nations and peoples whose land this university was built upon. This acknowledgement is the education and inclusion we must practice in recognizing our institutional history, responsibility, and commitment. So I'll introduce myself. Hey everyone, my name is Marie Schaller. I use she, her pronouns. I advise for the region of Europe, with a few exceptions. So my colleague Christopher advises for the UK and Ireland. Nicole and Drew advise for Spain and Portugal, and George advises for Italy and Greece. So I'm everything else in Europe, and mainly Scandinavia, France, Germany, Czech Republic. Those are the big ones, including like Poland, Croatia, Hungary, other ones too. I also work with some faculty-led programs, help coordinate those. And I supervise our peer advisors. And we'll see a slide for our peer advisors a little later on, but these are student employees who work in our office, who have been abroad in the past, and now work with us to help facilitate students going abroad now. Mythbusting. So you probably already attended the Education Abroad 101 presentation, and if not, I encourage you to do so because they're going to cover a lot of what I won't have time to cover today. So really a good, other session in complement to this one. And if you haven't attended one yet, you can look at our live stream on YouTube or attend a live session tomorrow at 9 a.m. This goes over the skills you will gain from education abroad, why it's important, a breakdown of the different program types. And now we're jumping into programs that are recommended for your college. But before we do, I wanted to dispel some myths about education abroad. So first things first, an education abroad opportunity should not delay graduation. In fact, with good planning, it will enhance your degree and help you graduate on time, and in some cases, maybe even graduate early. Second, there's a myth that education abroad is more expensive than courses and living here at CSU in Fort Collins. There are expensive programs, but many are similar in price to CSU and a semester here in Fort Collins, and some are less expensive. And third, if you start early and talk to your academic advisor about going abroad, you can fulfill course requirements to go abroad. This could be courses required for your major or electives. And so we recommend getting started early and talking with your academic advisor now. Last, our risk management team has certainly had a busy time since the pandemic. We have an international risk manager that constantly monitors and communicates some of the challenges or risks students may face while they are abroad. By working together, we can foster safe and successful experiences. So this is a quick snapshot of the top destinations students study abroad at in your college, as well as the majors where most students go abroad. You might have heard that it is not possible for engineering students to go abroad, but the numbers don't lie. Here are the numbers from the past couple of years. Every CSU department now has an approved recommended programs abroad list. We created these lists in partnership with the academic departments. This list is just a start, but you can be confident that if a program is on the list, there are multiple courses that could fulfill your degree requirements. And as always, be sure to communicate with your academic advisor about your academic needs. All right, so I'm going to go over a couple programs to highlight for this session to give you an idea of the types of programs that you could do for a semester with engineering. And first on my list is an exchange program. So you heard from the Education Abroad 101 about the different program types. And this one is an exchange. So this is Swansea University in Wales. A great place to start if you're interested in learning more about Swansea is to come to our office and to chat with Claire Lavelle, who's a CBE advisor. Claire is incredibly knowledgeable about this program, been to Swansea many times. Highly recommend that if you're interested in this, talk to her. If you're interested in talking to a student who participated in this program, one of our peer advisors in our office, Brennan, the civil engineering major, did this program in spring of 2020. Brennan likes to hike, so I'm sure he can give you recommendations for good hikes in addition to information about the program. So it's located in Swansea, Wales. English is spoken, but it's a completely different country and culture from living in the US. Students receive help arranging housing in either residences on campus or the university managed flats in the local area. It's popular with engineering students because of its course offerings. And as you can see, it's the campus is right on the beach of Swansea Bay. Wales, the country, has a distinct identity formed by the Welsh culture. It has a wild coastline and mountainous terrain. It's a 2-hour train ride to London. And Swansea is more modern than the surrounding areas, which provides an interesting contrast of old and new. The rest of Europe is affordably accessed via airports near Cardiff and Bristol. Next program I wanted to highlight is the University of South Australia. This is also a semester exchange program. And the University of South Australia is located in Adelaide, which is the capital of the state of South Australia. Australia also is English speaking, and it has very strong offerings for STEM majors. Students can stay in dorms, student apartments, or homestays. This is an urban campus, so students can take courses in buildings throughout the city. So they get a really unique opportunity to feel a part of the city as they're taking courses. Adelaide is known as the 20-minute city because it takes 20 minutes to get from the city to the hills or beaches. Another thing to note for exchange programs is that if you are eligible for GI benefits, students can use their GI benefits with exchanges. They can use them with some other programs too. So if you want to use your GI Bill benefits, please come in and talk to us. I also wanted to talk about a program type, what we call an affiliate program. So this is, and you've heard about that in the Education Abroad 101 and the benefits to affiliate programs. So this is CEA Engineering. This is a semester or summer program in Paris, France. Students like to study with CEA because of the excursions and on-site support they provide. So this is an interesting program because there are engineering courses and non-engineering courses offered through the CEA Study Center. So these courses are small classroom sizes, taught in English in a really neat area of Paris. So this program is in Paris, which I think we're all familiar with the city, but the Paris, France, the capital of France, has art everywhere you turn, from the architecture, museums, fashion, food, has such a unique feel and rhythm. So to be able to take courses in the city, Paris, and stay on track to graduate is really compelling for students. And if you're interested in this program, I encourage you to watch the STEM topical session that CEA provided. It was live streamed to our YouTube. LAST is also an affiliate program called ISA EuroScholars, and it's a unique program type. So this is available in Geneva, Switzerland, or Leiden, Netherlands, and the EuroScholars undergraduate research program allows you to spend a semester at one of Europe's leading universities participating in a professional academic research project and learning, as well as learning the language and culture of your country. So these research opportunities exist in many fields, including engineering, and you can gain research experience at an undergraduate level, which will give you invaluable academic experience and set you apart from other students in your major. If you're applying to grad school or research related work, you will be an active member of a research team. So this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to become familiar with European academic culture and to investigate your potential as a future research career while enjoying the value of studying abroad as an undergrad. So we have some highlights. You can participate for a semester or a year. You can participate in a professional academic research project under the supervision of a professor. You'll be enrolled in a language or culture course of your host country. And you can gain academic experience and skills that will prepare students for graduate school or a career in research. And there's no language requirement, as all the research is done in English. One of the big questions we get is about how credits work. This question depends on the type of program you are on, but we're here to help you work through the process. So CSU offers over 100 programs that give students CSU credits. Students can easily see if those CSU programs will work for their degree. The programs we looked at today all require you to transfer credits back from an institution abroad. So for these programs at institutions abroad, you will transfer the credits back to CSU. For transfer credits, there are 2 steps to ensuring your credits will work for your degree. First, you will have your coursework reviewed by the registrar's office. This will determine how many credits each course is worth and if it counts for upper or lower division credits. Second, we'll talk to your academic department and it will determine how the coursework will fulfill your degree requirements. So it's a 2-step process. But with these approvals, you will know if the credits you take abroad will keep you on track to graduate in a timely manner. And this process can be done before you apply for a program and certainly before you leave for a program. So you'll know way in advance how the credits you want to take abroad will transfer back to CSU. Very important, I know, for engineering students specifically. So once you've decided on a program, your education abroad coordinator will advise you on next steps. Seems a lot, but we will help you step by step through the process. And it's really straightforward. So this is an example, or this is what the transfer credit form looks like, just so you can get eyes on this process. There are several other professionals who will give you advice as you prepare for your experience abroad. And we're all working together to make sure your questions and needs are addressed. You will work with your education abroad coordinator, your academic advisor, and the program advisor or faculty leader that will be there to support you abroad. So you want to go abroad and want to talk specifics or general, either way, let's talk. You can schedule an appointment to meet with one of our coordinators. Education abroad coordinators specialize in different regions of the world, so your assigned coordinator will be based on your program of choice. If you haven't decided where you'd like to go abroad yet, we'll talk more about how you can make an appointment with us in the next few slides, but feel free to make a general appointment to talk basics. Also, before you come in, you want to ask yourself what you'd like to do abroad, how long you'd like to go abroad, and this will help us determine who your coordinator might be. Along with the education abroad coordinators, there are also our peer advisors. These are students who have been abroad before who work in our office. We have Brennan, who studied engineering, who studied abroad in Swansea, Wales. Claudia, who studied psychology, who studied abroad in France. And Tia, who is an apparel production and design student who did a faculty-led program in Morocco with the Academic Advancement Center. This program was called Education and Culture in Morocco. So if you would like to talk to Brennan about what it was like to study abroad as an engineering student, please email educationabroad@colostate.edu to set up a time with Brennan to come in and talk. And on our website, the email address is educationabroad@colostate.edu, no spaces, no punctuation in education abroad. But also if you go to our website, there's a chat feature or a letter envelope just like on every page, so you can click that and reach us. Did you know that the majority of your scholarships, grants, loans, and financial aid can go abroad with you? To learn more, please join us every day of the fair at 9:30 a.m. for the financial aid and scholarships presentation. This presentation was also live streamed on our YouTube channel. So there you can meet Cindy and Evelyn, pictured here. They work with the Office of Financial Aid and work with students on education abroad programs. You can make an appointment with them, and I'll go over how to make an appointment in a moment. The first things first for scholarships is to know the deadlines. Please pay attention as the deadlines are shifting slightly in 2022. And their email address, if you just have a quick question, is specialprograms@colostate.edu, listed here. So that's the basics on getting started. And here are some next steps. You can schedule an appointment, and there are a couple ways to do that. You will schedule your appointment through a system called Navigate, which is a scheduling software system. So if you go to our website, there's two ways to find this. On our homepage, you can scroll down a little bit and click on Learn More About Appointments, or you can go in the top menu bar, which is the top on your desktop, or like the little hamburger drop down if you're looking through a phone. So you'll click that drop down, click the About section to expand the options, and then Contact Education Abroad. And there you can see information about making an appointment with an education abroad coordinator, appointments with financial aid, appointments with the Peace Corps rep, and when our peer advisors have open advising. So in addition to this presentation, we encourage you to attend both our Education Abroad 101 presentation and our scholarships and financial aid presentations. Again, you can find these on our YouTube channel, Colorado State University International Programs YouTube channel, in the virtual Education Abroad Fair 2001 playlist. I also wanted to highlight two sessions: the College of Engineering short-term program session, which is tomorrow, Friday at 10:30. There's also a session specific to STEM majors called STEM Majors Abroad, which CEA led, and that was live streamed to YouTube. So check out our playlist. And yes, all of our sessions were live streamed to YouTube. So check it out there. And that's the end of our time today. Thank you so much for joining us. If there are any questions, I'd love to address those. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great day.
No questions. Thank you all. Thank you, Marie.
Wonderful.